Hey guys, Mizuki here. Today's video was suggested by our Discord member Trucked. Today we're gonna react to the the shame of our game society, of our gamer gate, or whatever you wanna call it. So we're gonna be reacting to idiot streamers who got caught cheating live from SunnyV2. Let's go.
Using aimbot during a live CSGO tournament to completing Super Mario 64 with a see-through blindfold. These are the dumbest streamers who are caught in 4K cheating, beginning with Elm0, who accidentally left his aimbot on whilst trying out for a professional esports team. Up until this point, Elm0 had built up a respectable 3,000 Twitch followers for his impressive Apex Legends gameplay. However, while trialing for the pro team Zenith, judges noticed that his aim was almost too impressive. And while this first kill was arguably still possible without aimbot, his next kill was significantly more suspicious. Elm0 shoots through the wall as if he already knew where the enemy was, before locking onto the player with near perfect accuracy. Elm0 was instantly called out in a Twitter post reading, "How are people streaming cheats in Scrims LMAO?" which received a response explaining that he was known for cheating on PUBG in the past.
One of my accounts was banned from PUBG. I was banned by the PUBG Corp for, my ban message said hacking.
Determined to expose Elm0 for good, another clip was tweeted of him warming up for the match, in which his aim was once again robotically accurate, and with the evidence seeming conclusive, Zenith Esports would make a tweet explaining that Elm0 was not contracted with us and has been removed from our trial process, which was followed by Elm0 deleting all.
And that's what cheaters deserve. Shame and losing jobs in Korea. Okay? He's doing one of he's trying to do one like Elon Musk can with a Warcraft. I'm just kidding. I don't even know if that's true. I don't know the story. I didn't search about it, but oh god. Why would someone pay to level up their account and or whatever? I'm going out of the
his social media before disappearing from the internet. Semper0311 was even stupider, as after going live playing the game Destiny 2, he'd forget to hide the aimbot program altogether. At the time, he was streaming to a small audience of only 16 people. However, this was enough for one of his viewers to notice the fishy gameplay, writing in the chat, "Is that aimbot? On your screen it has like red squares around them." Semper was dumb enough to read the comments out loud.
"My screen has red squares around them."
And after pretending to be confused for a couple of seconds, the stream ended abruptly and the footage was deleted. In the days that followed, Semper denied cheating and threatened to ban anyone bringing it up.
"No, it's not. No, it's not. And I didn't, dude. If you want to get banned, you can keep saying that."
Yet after being pressured by the audience, Semper admitted to cheating in the weakest way possible.
"There was wall hacks on my computer yesterday on stream. Like, I'm not denying that. I just don't know how they got there."
However, at least Semper eventually admitted to some kind of wrongdoing, as the next person blamed her cheating on a non-existent person. The streamer in question went by the name of Miss Q Gemini, and just prior to being exposed, she'd stated that people often called her a cheater simply because she was female.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, "You're cheating!"
However, the real reason behind why she was called a cheater revealed itself just minutes later, as she'd begin her first CSGO game of the stream with wall hacks enabled.
Ah, what? They're mid.
To be.
Surprising enough, she was really cheating. Oh, that's funny. That's actually very fun. Oh no. Shame on your ancestors, all of them. You deserve it.
After dying in the game, she'd come to notice her colossal-sized mistake and attempted to play the whole thing off by stating that she had some weird glitch.
Do you guys ever get that weird glitch in CSGO where it shows your rank?
Weird glitch.
It shows everyone's rank. I played the other day with Rock, and he got that, and now I have it. I don't know why. It's weird.
Which was then followed by Miss Q Gemini, stating that someone named Clara had been playing on her computer earlier that day.
Wow, I'm so surprised.
Clara, hold on. Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second. Why is this on my computer right now? Where is this? How do I
there. Oh my god, she's so old now. She doesn't even know what to do anymore. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're so doomed, girl. You're so doomed. Holy, oh
Close this.
god.
I need to text my friend Clara right now. She was at my house earlier today. I'm literally gonna kill her. She promised me she didn't use it on my PC.
Yeah,
Clara,
let's
out of
ask
all
Clara.
People, this
Yeah.
is what happens when you let people use your PC.
Realizing that there was no getting out of this, Miss Q Gemini began to trade all
Poor-
of her items
poor
to a brand new
Clara.
account, yet unfortunately this wouldn't stop a Twitch ban, which happened later that day. And while it's certainly shameless to blame
Yep.
a friend for the hacks on your computer, it's not nearly as shameless as aimbotting during a professional CSGO tournament, which is what would happen in the case of Optic Forsaken. Forsaken had joined the Indian Optic group in May 2018, and in the 5 games played after joining, Forsaken had always placed either
Oh
second
no,
or first.
destroying
While
others'
many assume that
credibility
Forsaken was nothing
too.
more than a very talented player, it will be after flying to a $100,000
Because this kind of stuff always backlash in the teammates of the team when you're in a competitive game. Oh no, oh no, for real.
professional tournament in Shanghai, China, that Optic Forsaken was exposed brutally. The tournament began with Forsaken taking large breaks in the warm-up rounds, as if he was trying to set something up on his computer in the background, yet it would only be after the
One
main matches
person,
began that Forsaken's
5
plays
lives.
became incredibly suspicious. This first strange flick into the ground was followed by countless examples of him locking
Suspicious
perfectly onto the
nice.
enemy.
Yeah, he's so perfect.
And
Wow.
while there was a chance that some of these kills could still be made by a high-level player, it will be with one final matchup that Forsaken's aimbot became obvious.
What? To do that, the person should be like a neutral
After locking onto the
Asian
enemy through a wall,
supreme
event organizers called a
200
timeout, and
IQ
officials made their
plus.
way over to Forsaken's computer to figure out if he was cheating. At first, Forsaken refused access to his computer, however the officials would ignore this and look anyway, during which Forsaken kept pushing them away from his computer while he tried to delete the aimbot right in front of their faces. Despite having travelled all the way from India, Forsaken and the whole Optic team were instantly disqualified from the tournament, which became even worse when Forsaken issued a public statement explaining that neither his
Oh,
team,
God.
manager or coach had even the faintest idea that he was hacking. The scandal eventually resulted in Optic India shutting down altogether, but Forsaken isn't the only person in this video to cheat in a professional tournament. Because during a professional Fortnite tournament with a $500,000 prize, the following scenario happened to a player by the name of Marky Locuris.
How much? I'm sorry.
Because during a professional Fortnite tournament with a $500,000 prize, the following scenario happened to a player by the name of Marky
500,000.
Locuris.
Oh god. Wow. Can I start playing it too?
Despite being down and finished countless times by his opponent, a glitch prevented Marky from being eliminated. Whilst being revived, Marky told his
Yeah,
teammate to
don't
keep quiet
tell
about
me.
what had happened, which was followed by the two unfairly killing the player who had downed
What?
Marky
Keep
originally.
quiet. Keep quiet. How? How you keep quiet about
After
that?
continuing to
In
play
a
normally,
tournament.
Marky was approached by event organizers who asked him to leave the match, yet he'd refused, stating that what had happened was a glitch and was part of the game. While he
Shame,
would eventually
shame,
give up and leave,
shame on
this
you.
prompted discussion online
Shame
about
on
whether
you.
Marky had cheated or not. I don't think he is cheating, I think he just went with it. All these kids saying he wasn't cheating. He
You
knew he
poor
wasn't taking damage and
caterpillar.
got revived, and continued the game even though he should have died. That's considered an exploit and is cheating. Fun fact, the first clip was actually a glitch, but he decided to abuse it.
Oh,
There was certainly an
God,
argument
no,
for whether or
no.
not Marky's behavior constituted cheating. However,
Trying
the
to
same couldn't be
shape
said for
reality.
Captain Baldy, who accidentally showed his aimbot whilst trying to prove that he wasn't cheating. Up until this point, Captain Baldy had built up a Warzone kill-death ratio of over 2, yet similar to the Apex
At
Legends
this
player in
point,
the
he's only
beginning,
trying
Captain
to
Baldy
lie
would be
to
called out on
himself.
Twitter after locking onto an enemy who was running behind a wall. Another clip then surfaced where Captain Baldy displayed suspiciously accurate shooting,
Yeah, I can do that.
and
Yeah.
as a result, his chat began to fill
Totally.
with people calling him a cheater. Determined to prove his innocence, Captain Baldy
My
agreed to show
so
his
good,
task
so
manager, yet
good, my
hilarious
so good, man. Bro, my so good. so good that I don't play shooting games because I'm so good and I would be top 1 universe. That's why I don't play shooting games. I would unseal my secret powers and I would unleash a world catastrophe because I would that cheating thing I would do that like 100 times the best and not using any. Yeah, that's why I don't play shooting games because I know I would destroy all the tournaments in the world. It wouldn't be funny. That's why I'm out of it. Yeah, that's why I don't play shooting games. Totally. It's not because I cannot kill even an elephant in front of me with a weapon. Yep. Totally.
He seemed to instead tap the key which brought up his cheat menu.
Task manager? Yo, they want my task manager? Hold
Trust
up.
me,
Control,
trust me.
delete.
No, control delete task manager. Put it up, throw it up.
Oh my god.
The chat then mocked Captain Baldy relentlessly, which was followed by a live Warzone ban later in the stream.
Disconnected from COD.
No way.
Damn.
Yeah, I wonder
With the
why.
Captain Baldy
I
saga
wonder
ending with the
why.
deletion of his entire Twitch channel. Getting caught while checking the task manager was a trend continued
Hint
by Call
of
of
your
Duty streamer
career.
Young, although he didn't take his expose as humbly as Captain Baldy did. Young's viewers noticed that he always seemed to know where the enemy was coming from, so just like our last cheater, the audience requested that he show his task manager. Now, Young wasn't dumb enough to bring up the entire cheat menu, however, after accessing the task manager, his stream display bugged out and showed a second window where his hacks could be seen clearly. After being banned from Call of Duty, Young would take to his Twitter on which he'd make an idiotically arrogant tweet reading, "Got mad free press tonight, over 2k views overall. Some people even posted my gameplay online. Thanks for the shoutouts, people, really appreciate the help, although these 2,000 views worth of free press didn't contribute to the long-term growth of his career, as Young hasn't gone live on Twitch ever since." However, Young still looks like a genius
Yep,
in comparison
and that's
to
what
Twisted
you deserve. There's no way. You're a competitive gamer. You are a competitive gamer. It doesn't matter. You can couple to whatever you want. Of course, you're gonna have an increased viewer number count when some stuff like that happen. Everyone wanna see a cheater count on 4K. Okay? But the result after is it's only one, and only could be one. You lose your entire career over a shit. I mean, I'm not even saying that you're good or not, but sometimes you're even really good in the game. But because you try to do a little upgrades in a cheat, you throw away your entire career and possibilities. All possibilities that you might have in future if you actually put more effort and working yourself out to training in the game to be better. You lose all of it just because some matches with cheating. So I mean, there's no way one could imagine start using cheating for life, like trying to build an entire career using cheat in these games. There's no way we can do that. Sooner or later, they will realize you're using it by one mistake or another. These programs are never perfect, never. Oh God, why do I need to come here? Why do I need to come here to say stuff that should be common sense? Why should be me? Why people don't understand simple things like don't waste your entire income from playing online casino or throwing everything away inside gacha games or whatever. It should be common sense. Why should I be telling this? Huh? Why I always have to be telling that the grass is green and not purple or blue or whatever rainbow color you think of? I mean, come on. No way.
whose Twitch description boldly claimed that he was the top Modern Warfare player. The reason for this claim would become apparent in July of 2020 when he'd go live displaying his skills, only he completely forgot that he had his wall hacks on. The end to Twisted Bear's career was then unbelievably quick. He was
Here's
banned
my
from Call
baka
of Duty,
combo for
then
ya.
Twitch, and was never heard from ever again. But this is what separates Twisted Bear from the next cheater, Mr. Golds, who made a much larger spectacle over his cheating ban. Mr. Golds was a much more significant figure in the Call of Duty community, sporting a Twitch following.
Okay, at least he got some points for the funny profile picture. I mean, yeah, it's funny. I just don't understand this nick, but whatever, it's just a
of
nick.
over 50,000. During a live stream to an audience of approximately 1,700 people, Mr. Golds brought up his task manager before beginning to brag about how he was so good at Call of Duty that he didn't need
You're
to cheat.
doomed.
Is it the first time you see someone good at the game? Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously?
Although he didn't seem to notice that he'd also accidentally brought up his cheat menu, on which he had aim at enemies turned on.
Oh,
Despite having
God.
1,800 viewers at the
Oh,
time,
no.
almost nobody was talking in the chat or calling him out for it, showing that he was probably also viewbotting. However, while the chat remained pretty quiet, the incident was shared to Twitter, where it received over 2,000 likes and 700 retweets.
It's
After being
over, bro.
temporarily banned from Call of Duty
Bye-bye.
and Twitch, Mr. Golds would upload an apology video in which he'd state that he didn't mean to download the cheats.
I truly am sorry about. I didn't mean to.
What does he mean, I didn't mean to? You don't download and use cheats without meaning to. I mean, come on, buddy.
Before going
Your ancestors, all of your ancestors, your grandparents, or I don't even know the name in English, are crying inside their graves because after all these generations, how could they imagine that his grandson, whatever the name it is, I have no idea, is raised in 2005 to cheat in an online game while they had all of the kinds of problems and burdens and whatever it was in that age, and now and they are doing this, tainting the memories, the legacy of your ancestors, bro. This is so wrong.
on to try and convince his audience that this wasn't who he was,
This is not who I am. This is really not who I am.
despite having cheated for months in the lead up to his
This is not who I am. This is not who I am. Blah, blah, blah. Shame on you. Shame on you. Buck.
expose. These days, Mr. Gold's Twitch channel is an advertisement for big cryptocurrency giveaways from Tesla, which sounds like an even bigger scam than his wall hacks. However,
What?
a more interesting question to ponder is what happens when a game developer gets caught cheating on his own game. This is what happened to Autonil, the H1Z1 technical director, who was caught using invisibility whilst live on stream.
Oh no. Oh no. No way. No way.
You can't see me? Oh my
Oh
god.
god, I can't believe that.
Oh my god.
Yet, judging from his reaction, the cheat had definitely been left on accidentally.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys.
Damn, I actually feel for the dev. You can tell he felt
Oh,
really bad.
God.
Poor guy, lol. However, there was absolutely no accidents coming from
You're
Fenny
joking,
Jarvis,
right?
who was given a lifetime ban on Fortnite after cheating publicly. On the 4th of November 2019, FaZe Jarvis would upload a video titled Fortnite Gave Me Aimbot, in which he'd explained that he was given hacks by an unknown person in random duos.
Something crazy actually happened. I got in a random duos game and he was telling me like he can get aimbot and everything.
And that he was going to test the hacks for his video.
This is what happens. Look, aimbot, FOV, aimbot. I don't know what half this stuff means, but it's actually about to be lit. We're about to pop off.
Over the following 7 minutes, Jarvis lit up every single person in the lobby with his insane aimbot accuracy.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh!
Yeah, the guy's perfect. Look at that.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
whilst explaining that he was using a new account and a new computer so he wouldn't get banned.
Obviously, I don't want to have aimbot on my main account. I had to go on a new PC. Like, I don't want to get my main PC banned.
Jarvis finished the video by once again reiterating that you shouldn't hack and that his dummy account was most certainly going to get banned.
Never use aimbot, okay? Never do it. You're gonna get banned. I'm 100% gonna get banned on this account.
Yet he probably didn't expect that Fortnite would watch his video and ban every single one of his accounts permanently. In the days that followed, Jarvis would upload a new video titled, I've been banned from Fortnite, I'm sorry.
Fortnite? Giga Chat. It was a Giga Chat move.
In which he explained that he could no longer play the game.
I've actually been permanently banned on Fortnite for life. Recently, I posted some videos of me using aimbot. It didn't even cross my mind to think that I could be banned for life on Fortnite.
Before stating that he was extremely sorry for his actions.
You know,
What he was expecting, huh? I mean, even he's saying all that stuff like, oh, do not use that, blah blah blah. He's showing that shit that shit in his game, and that he got from whoever it is. And he was expecting to not be influencing people to use that. I mean, this by itself deserves a ban in his main account. Okay? Why do you wanna use shit in games? Why? Huh? Why? What is fun? What is fun in using that? Looks good, looks like you're the guy, you're amazing. But what's the point in playing with shit? I mean, if the game will not be fun using shit. Also, you never go too far using shit. Come on, not even in League of Legends, that is the most insecure game ever. That people always get to do whatever they want. At some point, you end up getting banned for using shit. And we are talking about League of Legends. What do you expect that's gonna occur in other games? Huh? That you're gonna be free forever to do that? I just will create another account and another account and another account. Come on, bro. Come on. Why? You could be investing all this time in your main account only. Getting stuff, collecting free stuff and etc. But you're splitting this time creating multiple accounts. And having to go through the work at using another PC or whatever to, oh no, oh this is amazing, this is so stupid, oh no, oh God, please give this boy some wisdom, please, God.
It's obvious that I made a massive mistake, and of course I would never think about doing anything like this again. I know now how big of a mistake this was, and like, it's just, there's nothing I can...
The video accompanied a tweet by Jarvis reading, I'm going to take accountability for my actions, and I understand completely why this has happened. I just wish I had known how severe the consequences were at the time, and I would have never thought about doing it. I love all of you who still support me, this is not the end. And while Jarvis did seem quite apologetic for his actions, Fortnite would make an example out of Jarvis.
Well, he really seems sorry. He really seems sorry. We can notice that he would be a very good actor if that was made up. Okay, I think he really felt sorry, but well, I don't know. I mean, even he feels sorry, they should never go back in their decision because of that. Because, again, this would be incentivizing people, influence people to go and do that. Oh, they will give my account back to you because they would open a precedent, right? something like that, to other people claim to have their accounts
by
back
banning
too.
any new accounts that he tried to create. The interesting thing is, Jarvis's punishment was still less severe
I
than
don't know, I'm just
Superfast
speculating.
Jellyfish, who might have the craziest cheating story in this whole video. Superfast Jellyfish was a Super Mario 64 speedrunner who wanted to join the exclusive 9-person list of Super Mario players who had completed the game whilst blindfolded. In the lead up to his blindfolded attempts, Superfast Jellyfish had been playing
Oh,
Super
come
Mario
on,
64
it
for
is-
3.5 years,
Come on,
leading
say
him to believe that he
Super
had
Mario
enough
game,
experience to
come
beat
on.
the game without eyesight, and apparently he was correct, as he'd successfully complete the blindfolded challenge after only 3 tries.
Are you
However, his ability to
seriously?
complete the challenge with such
Serious?
ease prompted a user by the name of CharlieBrown64 to upload a video titled Obvious Cheater Fakes Blindfolded Super Mario 64 Speedrun, in which he tears Superfast Jellyfish's run to absolute shreds.
Only a true gamer such as this man would be able to somehow sidestep this Goomba, quickly make his way up the path, and then do this long jump to the next red, all completely blindfolded and with absolutely no setup necessary. Not only does he somehow know exactly where the 1-up box is, but he also knows exactly what direction the 1-up will go in once it spawns, something completely determined by RNG. Then, after chasing it on a moving platform for a completely arbitrary amount of time, he somehow knows exactly when and where to jump to the left. Watch now as he somehow knows exactly where he is on the spinning platform and knows exactly where the first pole is. Again, anyone who was actually blindfolded here would have probably just kept holding left and run off. However, this guy is able to make a completely random amount of adjustments to make it onto the pole.
19 days after Charlie Brown would upload his expose, Superfast Jellyfish
Yeah,
uploaded a
that's
bizarre
clearly
apology
true.
video in which he tried to claim that the run had been faked deliberately.
That speed run was purposely fake. It was purposely fake.
Yet nobody seemed to buy any of his lies, as Superfast
Uh-huh.
Jellyfish's time in the spotlight ended with a dislike ratio of over
Sei.
95%.
Tá bom. But before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank you all my patrons that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox Tier members, Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy, for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. Yeah, of course, people would trust him. Yeah? Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my links below, Patreon and Discord. Please consider becoming a Patreon member. YouTube is denying my monetization, so I'm not monetized. This helps a lot, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye!